What's up, guys? It's me, JellyKnees, and let's continue with our item series going on to the books. But first, a couple announcements like we talked about yesterday, and I'll probably talk about it in every video up until it happens. May 22nd, Ethereal's doing a live community corner. It's Saturday at 6 p.m. Central Time. So I'll be live streaming at the same time as the event's going on, covering everything. They're going to go over the jungle. My guess is we're going to get some extra stuff in there, but we'll have to wait and see for sure. But so make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel so you get notifications for all those live streams about that content, covering everything, going through it, breaking it all down, the whole 9 yards. And we're trying to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of June. So getting subscribed definitely helps that process and helps me hit that goal by the end of that time frame. And right now, according to the analytics, only about 50% of you are subscribed. So please hit that subscribe button. It really helps me out a ton. Leave comments below, get the bell on, the whole 9 yards. I seriously, seriously appreciate it, guys. But let's talk about the books and their whole tree kind of. There's not very many, so this will probably be a very short video. But I still want to talk about them because I think they're going to be very influential in the game. Looking at the tree for the books, there's only 4 items total. And there's 1 tier 1, 1 tier 2, and 2 tier 3s. So all in all, very simple build path. There's one path and very easy. You just get to the end and then determine whether you want to go with the Book of Pandora or the Forbidden Book. For the books themselves, though, the core 2 stats are going to be magical power and mana. So magical power increases the damage of attacks and abilities that use magical power. Fairly straightforward. There is no cap to this. And then mana, resource that myths use to cast abilities. And not all myths, like we know Talos has a different type of resource, but the majority of myths are probably going to use mana in some regard, especially spellcasting myths that use magic power. So that's really who this is going to be used mainly on. These items are going to be used mainly on. People like Noxus, Aran, Leah to an extent, I'm sure, but those kind of people could build these items. So I want to go through the names of each of the books here. So if we start out with the tier 1, that is just your basic spell book. Tier 2 is the mystical book. And then tier 3 is the Book of Pandora and the Forbidden Book. Let's kind of talk about the Book of Pandora first. So Book of Pandora comes from Spellbook, which gives you 50 mana, 20 magic power. Fairly straightforward, but decent stats on the first tier 1. Goes into Mystical Book, being 150 mana and 40 magical power. So tripling the mana, doubling the magic power. Super nice. Then finally into the tier 3 Book of Pandora, which gives 400 mana, 50 magical power, and 10% cooldown reduction. So very, very strong item for mages early on. I think they're going to get a lot of mana, a lot of magic power, and some CDR as well. Book of Pandora has a passive that would be really interesting, I think, on a lot of these mages. I don't know how it's going to work, but this item I could actually see being built on Marina as an offensive magic item for Marina. So the passive is called Hope. Healing an allied myth heals them for an additional heal of 75 to 150 plus 20% of your magic power over 3 seconds. So basically it just gives them a better, stronger heal over time instead of instantaneously, which in a team fight setting could actually be huge. Now, I don't remember if they've said that this is going to have a cooldown or not between casts, or if it can only be used on one allied myth or a group of them. For instance, if Marina's bubble pops and heals all of her allied myths and she has a Book of Pandora, do all of them get that massive health increase? Especially if she's going full magic power, that 20% magic power could actually be quite a bit of health healed over time, not just instantaneously. So it could be very, very strong on someone like Marina or other healers that we're going to get in Ethereal, I'm sure, down the road. The second book we have is the Forbidden Book. Coming from a Spellbook and Mystical Book as well, Forbidden Book gives 344 mana, which is kind of a weird number. I don't know if there's a reason for it to be that number, and other than maybe it ties in thematically with the passive, but we'll talk about that in a second. It has 50 magical power and 15 magical penetration. So what the passive is forbidden for the Forbidden Book is Unlucky Number. Dealing magical damage to an enemy reduces their healing, regeneration, and shield gain by 15% stacking up to 2 times. So, and it notes specifically that dots don't apply this multiple times. So you will have to have them with 2 separate casts. Dots don't apply it. But being able to reduce healing by 30% in conjunction with some of the axes that we talked about yesterday being also able to reduce healing, shields, and regeneration, you can start really stacking this up to reduce basically by at least 50% in a lot of cases any healing that people are going to receive. Now, Marina, I don't see being a premier healer necessarily. I feel like we might get like someone like Grace that might be a better healer in the future, but she definitely isn't a slouch in terms of her healing either. So this in conjunction with the axes we talked about could be really strong in countering any kind of heal or shield meta that pops up. And it's a great buy for the mid lane mages that want that magical penetration. So Noxus gets mana, magic power, and magic pen, in addition to the magic pen she has in her kit as well, and the reduction of magic resist in her kit as well. I think Forbidden Book is probably going to be a very, very strong item on Noxus. But guys, because there were only 2 books in this tree, like I said, a very short video for you here, looking at the tree, the full tree for the books again. I think the art looks incredible. I love Book of Pandora, kind of being that Pandora's box feel, but a book instead. Overall, really, really happy with this. Guys, let me know down in the comments below what items you're most excited for me to talk about, or what you thought about the books, and who you think they're going to be built better on. But if you want to see more Ethereal content, click right over here for all of the content I've made on Ethereal. If you want to see a video recommended just for you, click on right on the other side. And if you click above my head, click the icon, get subscribed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.